Another news is that we both decided to leave our jobs.
Hey!
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel. I'm Victoria.
I'm Lucy.
Sharing 5 productivity tips.
The productivity tips are just like what we've experienced over the past. I know 1 week is very short to say we're productive, but I think it's just like starting to build habits from the beginning. So we're currently here back home in Hawaii with the beautiful view. Right now in front of us is like the gorgeous ocean, and then we have some palm trees in the back. Yeah, it's really beautiful today. It's probably one of the first days we had really like nice sunny weather. For some odd reason, the past few days of our quarantine, it's been like really gloomy and showers. Maybe it's just like this side of the island, it gets really bad weather.
So we are day 6 of the 14 days of quarantine. If you don't know, Hawaii made a new law where any visitor or returning residents need to quarantine for 14 days, or else will be fined up to $5,000 and also imprisonment up to a year. And the reason for that is to keep, we don't want that. And the reason for that is to keep the cases low. Hawaii actually has the lowest amount of cases in the whole US, and I think this is a big reason why we're able to contain that, and also because we are a smaller state, so that also makes sense.
For some of you guys who may be interested in coming to Hawaii and you think that maybe you can get away with a 14-day quarantine, but be careful and be warned, there are people who actually got in trouble and caught for being outside before the 14 days. And you may be thinking, oh, we're at the beach, we're obviously, you know, doing something bad, but this is actually close to our backyard. We're allowed to technically be outside, and it's really good because it allows us to come outside, meditate, take in some fresh air.
It's actually been like, for me personally, a year since I've been back.
And for me, it's been like 2 years back. Really nice being home for a little bit, even though I have to go through this whole quarantine. A little bit about our journey. So we flew into Honolulu last weekend, and what was pretty interesting is they made us fill out these forms that were pretty, I guess, detailed about where we were going to stay. Just like very detailed about like where you've been, and if you're a resident or if you're
how long you're
a visitor, how long you're staying. Pretty basic form, but it was actually the first time I've done that. And so once we got off the flight, they tested us with the temperature check to make sure that none of us had a fever. And then we got into this very long line that took so long. The airport itself was super empty, but we got into this really long line because everyone had to go through it.
They had to verify your address. They had to call up your emergency contact. They called my number because I was on the form, and they just to make sure that I gave the right number, that we're reachable. And even 2 days after we landed, they gave us a call or text, and texted both of us to verify that we're still following the regulations, we're still in quarantine at the same location, and we're also healthy and well.
I just think that it's pretty cool that they got, I guess, a whole team of people calling out to every person that flies into Hawaii just to check up on them. And I'm not sure if they'll call us again or if they're going to do a checkup, but I have heard that some people have gotten a checkup at their physical address, where I guess someone just came to their
knocked on your door
to see if you were there.
That's like really scary. So we've been trying to stay at home and not go out. Well, we haven't gone out at all besides to the backyard, and keeping safe until the 14 days is up. And it's been a very peaceful time for us to reflect, to think, to meditate, and we've actually been very introspective throughout this whole few days, even though it's only been day 6 of quarantine. One of the reasons we decided to come back home,
besides coming here for vacation and enjoying the summer months,
besides doing that, is we wanted to think about where we want to head for the rest of our life. We kind of had like a midlife crisis,
and a lot of people say you really don't experience like a crisis or a click that maybe you change the way you're behaving or changing your lifestyle until a traumatic event happens in your life. And I wouldn't say quarantine or being stuck in this pandemic is considered a traumatic event, but I think it definitely allowed us to open our eyes to see that there's more to life than what we're currently doing. And so that kind of allowed us to reflect a little bit, and so I think being back home really helps us to take a step back to think about what we value in life. Another news is that we both decided to leave our job, which we can go more into detail in another video. And so it's been about a week and a few days since our last day of our job.
And it's really crazy because this is the first week that we didn't really have anything to do. We've been working since we were 15 or 16 years old, and I was going back from school and work, and even both at the same time. And it's crazy to think that right now, for the first week of our lives, we actually don't have any commitments or have any job obligations.
I personally was scared because it's coming to a realization that it's okay to take a break and just reevaluate. But it's also, I feel like, this intense feeling of excitement to kind of see where it could go from here, knowing that there is no more direct path, there's no timeline for where I need to get somewhere.
We get to explore all those opportunities and the unknowns and really give ourselves a chance.
And so some tips that really allowed us to kind of stay like productive throughout all this. I know it's only been 1 week, so
Check up on us in like a few more weeks.
some productivity tips I think that we've been following through pretty well is waking up early. I know that usually when you don't have, like if you're on vacation or if it's a weekend, you usually want to snooze or you want to wake up at noon, at 1, and definitely have been guilty of that. And we both have been guilty of that. And I feel like, you know, throughout this whole process that we think that we don't have a job, so why not just snooze? Or why not sleep until noon? Why not sleep until midnight? I mean, not midnight. Why not sleep until noon or in the late afternoon? But I think building a good habit from the beginning, when we know that there is nothing like scheduled to do, but still waking up early to, you know, prepare for the day, really allows us to be in a good mindset.
So we have both been getting up anywhere between 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and we want to keep that more consistent and even try to wake up earlier. We go to sleep around 9 to 10 p.m., which is very early for us. Like even when I was working full-time, I would sleep between 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., which is very bad. It's not very healthy. And I woke up at like 10 or 11 a.m. to go to work, and that's like not very healthy, like for the mindset. And now like really creating a better lifestyle for both of us.
I was also like sleeping around midnight, 1 a.m. when I used to work, and this is during quarantine. I'm actually doing non-quarantine. I was also doing the same, midnight to 1 a.m. and woke up at 7, 8 a.m. to go to work or just log into work. Starting this whole week off on a good start is a way for us to be productive throughout the whole rest of our journey. And I really actually enjoy waking up early, being able to see like the sunrise, being able to start the day early and not feel like I've wasted half the day sleeping. And I feel like in the past I've always done that and I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, and we have so much more. Next thing you know, it's like only 10 a.m. We're like, wow, we've done so much already in the morning. And we eat breakfast.
Yeah. One of the goals I'm trying to aim to have is just have one alarm and wake up on the first try, not have like 5 alarms.
Snoozing.
Yeah, not have 5 alarms and then snoozing every one of them. Even though we do wake up 6 to 7, we still have to end up having like 1 or 2 alarms, maybe 3, 4 alarms, just to make sure that we do get up. And so I want it to be a goal for myself that we will hit 1 alarm and wake up the first time.
I have like an alarm every 2 minutes, 4 minutes, and 5 minutes. It's really bad.
Productivity tip from my end is just writing a to-do list. I feel like having a checklist, and for me, I love checklists because I can just cross it off and it feels so good to have done something and I feel like I've done something throughout the day. So I love adding to the checklist, but also like to push myself to make sure I cross off things from the checklist. And also for me, like since there's so many things going on, I feel like if I don't write a checklist, I'll forget that's something I have to do. So it really allows me to stay focused on what my tasks are throughout the day or throughout the week or throughout the month, whatever it may be.
And I think I found it very useful that we plan the next day, the day before. So the night before, we will make a list of things that I want to accomplish the next day, so that you are starting off the day early and you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, instead of, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna like hold it off, and then you're less productive that way.
Another productivity tip is really taking a break. I think that throughout the day, I guess for me, even at my job, I would just like work like the whole time, maybe take a lunch break, but I would just work. And I feel like that wasn't really healthy for me mentally and just like for my health. And so I think nowadays, if I feel like I'm not being productive at all, take a 10-15 minute break, take a breather, walk outside, just step off the desk for a little bit, because at that point you're not being productive, so what's the point of trying to force productivity onto you? And so I think taking 10-15 minutes out of the day is not bad at all to do, just to stay focused and keep your tasks and goals in mind.
Productivity tip number 4 is to start your day with some peaceful meditation, and that's something we've been starting to do just about starting this week. And the reason for that is just starting your day with a really mindful practice and really being aware of your thoughts, and having that really mindful mentality gives us more positivity and the outlook on like the day or what we're doing for the rest of the week. And I think I personally really enjoy that because I wake up feeling more refreshed and ready to start the day.
And then productivity tip number 5 is to take half an hour before bed when you wake up in the morning to read. A chance to read your favorite book, whether that's like a novel that you've been wanting to pick up, or a productivity book, or a self-help book, anything that you're just really interested in learning more about. And I feel like I haven't, at least myself, and I guess you also haven't really done that in the past, where we've taken like even 15,
It's not a consistent routine.
yeah, it was just like once in a while I'll pick up a book. And so I think having like half an hour, for us, it's like at nighttime right before bed, we would pick up a book, we do it on our phones, and we would read an ebook for half an hour to 45 minutes and just like take the time off to learn something new. That was a lot of lack of in our old habits, and I feel like that's definitely a good habit to build while you are trying to be more productive.
We hope you enjoyed our video about traveling back home, as well as our 5 productivity tips. Please give us a thumbs up, leave any comments or questions you have, and definitely subscribe to our channel. Bye!